Welcome back. Episode 2 of Walk and Talk Podcast. Is your host Jamar Young here, and I'm with
Kyle Barker, play linebacker at East Carolina University. I'm a junior there. Yeah.
okay. So how's everything going with the season, man? I see you guys are 2-1 now. Off to a pretty good start as far as which I were last season. I know this loss to App State hurt. Talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, we started off hot, playing against Norfolk and then on the road at Old Dominion. Started off hot with those games. And then coming to play App State was a big game for us, a rivalry game for us. But it was just a game that kind of showed us who we are. Showed us the character of the team, like how well we were able to stay together and take compose even in moments of adversity and not really try to point fingers. That was kind of the biggest things. We already know on both sides of the ball we got things to work on, so that's the biggest focus going into this week. We had a Sunday flush practice and had today off. Tomorrow we're gonna get into like a real physical Tuesday practice and get us ready for a good Liberty team on the road this week on Saturday at 6 p.m. So
Okay. All of this Zakye Barker hype on the ECU Instagram page. I think it's like every other post is either you or Big Tay. What's up with that? I see you coming to a much bigger role than what you were last year and previous. Let's talk about it.
man, yeah, just kind of stepping into like the spotlight this year a little bit, just because like all the work that I put in for real. My freshman year, I came in, I had a real bad knee injury, I tore my ACL, my meniscus, so I definitely wasn't gonna be in no type of spotlight then. I wasn't playing at all. And then last year, I faced some adversity and some injuries too, and didn't really play much at all either. Barely getting any snaps, but just try to make the most of my snaps. But this year it's kind of like since I'm starting, so I'm getting more time to play and show what I could do. So now it's kind of like more attention being brought. But the biggest thing is just to make sure that we're winning. I feel like anybody will get posted on social media to say the same thing. If we ain't winning, it don't really mean nothing. So yeah.
Yeah, your role in the linebacker room as you're one of the older guys now. It's crazy to say because like coming in as freshmen, we was like, dang, you got 6 year guys ahead of you. Now you're the older guy in the room. How do you take on that role to like keep the other guys motivated?
Yeah, it's different, bro. I do remember it's like coming in together and just like I don't know, it seems so far away
No.
for us to be able to be called an older guy, but yeah, it's just a different role. I mean, just being able to like just set the example for what certain things supposed to be looking like or how things are supposed to be able to get done and being able to like talk to guys when they feeling down or if they don't understand something. That's way more important as my role. When I was younger, I was just trying to figure stuff out. So now I feel like I'm not saying I got everything figured out. I'm not even close, but I just know more now, so I can share more. So that's kind of the role. Just make sure everybody on the same page, and that's pretty much the biggest thing.
Yeah, we was definitely lost.
Yeah.
No, just got
Yeah.
nah, for real. Them summer meetings when you first get there trying to learn like the front calls and all that, et cetera. Like now you out there running the defense. You got the little green sticker on the back of your helmet running defense. So now it's all up to you now.
Yeah, man.
You said you dealt with a significant injury your freshman year. How do you think that molded you to the player that you are now?
I mean, it definitely molded me in the player I am because I just had to figure out who I was in adversity. It really kind of made me find myself. Like I don't know, I felt really at times I felt alone, but so I really had to dig deep and figure out who I was and who I wanted to be. So I mean, just it kind of created that monster that I am now in a sense of like I done been through things, I done seen things, I done had the game taken away from me. Anybody who ever had an injury, it don't matter if you a week, it don't matter if you 2 weeks, it don't matter if you 10 months, a year, how I was. Like it don't matter. Like once the game get taken away from you, you kind of have a different type of appreciation for it. So I feel like if anything, that's what it that's kind of how it molded me. It just made me appreciate the game more. I don't take it for granted. And I just feel like in anything I do, I'm trying to do to give my best towards it. Like I had to kind of develop that in my rehab. Like anything I do, I'm gonna try to just develop my best to it. Because you never know where it's gonna get me. And a lot of times if you just give your best to something, it's gonna give you the right outcome. So that's why I had to develop. It's kind of how it molded me now to what I'm doing.
For sure. Do you have anything you want to say to like people dealing with this injury right now? Because like this is a very recurrent injury to a lot of sports athletes. It happens in soccer, football. Pretty much, you could do it. Just you can injure yourself walking down the street. Like what do you have to say to the people or to that person going through rehab or just like trying to find themselves in this injury?
Man, I would say I would say just don't be afraid of the adversity. Like don't be afraid of the challenges it might bring. You gotta like everything in my rehab kind of fixed. It kind of switched when I like flipped my mindset from why me to why not me. Like I kind of just had to change my outlook on it. Had to change my perspective of this, on the situation so I could have a better outcome and have a better attitude on it. Because your attitude kind of depicts like your attitude kind of dictates a lot of the success or the outcome of your situation. So that's what I had to do. And I also had to surround myself with good people, like sitting here with my good man Jamar, like my dog here,
Yeah.
like I had good people around me, like I had good friends around me, like especially my freshman year. So if I needed to laugh, man, this dude was always around the corner, like we
Nah,
would always
man.
be up to something, you know what I'm
Be
saying?
up.
So
Come outside. We outside. Let's go.
I hit Jamario, like, hey, bro, like, I hit Jamario one time. I'm on the crutches. I'm like, Jamar, like we out, bro. Like, and he will walk. This man will match my speed. We just on it. I'm on crutches. He on regular foot. But we just
Or
go. It don't matter.
or we hit the
So,
scooters.
we on the scooters, and I got one leg off and
We on
one
the
leg
scooters.
on.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So but just yeah, man, like I just like I said, like I felt alone a lot of times. So being able like I don't think some of my friends know like how much it was. Like when you're going through a big injury like that,
Mm,
like being able to have your family and your friends that like they don't just go ghost on you, but they still like try to bring you along. Like that meant a lot to me, bro. Like, and I'm just saying this us talking now. Like I probably never even told you I appreciate you for real, but like going through that injury and you been able to be there, bro. Like even when like I was able to get fully through the rehab, but I wasn't in the like plan process and all that
mm,
yet. Like I was kind of like waiting to get cleared and all that. Like just having friends that was there, having my family support me, having God. Like he pulled me through this whole thing for sure. Like when I definitely thought I was alone, he was there. But in the physical realm of everything, man, like the people I surrounded myself kept me up. So that was a big thing for me. So yeah, that's my advice.
yeah. Nah, that's real for sure.
Yeah.
13
Yeah.
tackles this weekend. What, nine last week? Eight the first week. Continue. That's a real improvement right there. Each week you more and more. What's the set goal for the for tackles on the season, or what's the stat line that you want by the end of the season?
I feel like we all, I don't know, man. Like I feel like I've created like ideal stat lines and stuff like that and goal stat lines, but it's gonna sound cheesy, bro. But I just really just want to make sure that every game that I play better than I did the last game. But
Yeah.
I like if I'm being real specific, like I divide my season up into 4 quarters. Like so we got 12 game long season. So it's like I'll just say 3 games equals 1 quarter. So we just got done with the first quarter of the season. I had 30
Yeah.
tackles. So in the next 3 games, I just want to make sure I got more than 30 tackles. If I do that over and over and over, then I feel like I'm be in the spot that I need to be to get, you know what I'm saying, to feel good about myself. Like
Yeah.
if I go into the next quarter and I just act like I don't got no sense and I just start playing terrible, then that I'm not doing something right. And I'm more so just focused on like my process to get it, to get the end result. Like I'm not really looking too far to go number. I really don't want to like psych myself out by trying to be so fixated on the goal number that I just start tripping. Like I
Yeah.
know we all done been there where like we set a goal for something and we just if we focus too much on it, like we can psych ourselves out as athletes. Like it's easy to do that. So I don't know. Like I'm just focused on like the process. Like this week, like how good can I practice tomorrow,
Yeah.
and how good can I practice on Wednesday, and what do I need to do within those practices to make sure my Saturday is good. Like it's all about my preparation. But at the end, to be honest, at the end of these 3 weeks, at the end of the second quarter, I gotta have more than 30 tackles. That's it. Because this
It's always
last
gonna be in the
quarter,
back
I
of
had
your head.
30.